In this package, Governor Udom Emmanuel commits to building permanent corporate headquarters for AKBC. Survival State Governor faces senior citizens. Staff of Akwa Ibom State Judiciary unwinds in preparation for 2015-2016 legal year. And fallout of Punch newspapers. Reporters arrest policemen who threaten journalists to face sanctions. A very good morning to you and welcome to AKBC 45 News at dawn. I am Blessing Isonwu. The Udom Emmanuel administration is to undertake the construction of the permanent corporate headquarters for the Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation. Governor Udom Emmanuel gave the indication at the grand finale of the Promise Hunt 2015, an annual talent discovery program initiated by the Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation. Our Government House Bureau Chief Colonel Edem Efreti reports that the plan raises hope of bringing to an end the corporation's more than 28 years sojourn in rented apartments. His report.
Governor Udom Emmanuel said AKBC will be touched in the spirit of Dakada to enable the government-owned media outfit rise from its rented apartments on Udodoma Avenue to its permanent office. The governor, who said he will discuss with the Director General of AKBC towards actualizing government's plan, charged management and staff of the corporation to strive to compete with international news outlets, adding that AKBC can surpass Channels TV's multiple-year record as best television station. He commended AKBC for initiating the hunt, noting that it is the first government-owned media outfit to undertake such initiative.
It is on this note that I lavish, I use that word lavishly from AKBC for this initiative, which also gives expression to the Dakada campaign we launched last week. In everybody thinking of every person, there has less propensity for greatness and excellence. And I want us to realize this. We did not acquire it. We were born with it. That's why I keep saying we were born to be great. As far as we are acquired. For those overcommitted whose potentials are yet to be fully realized because of certain issues, the Dakada campaign is intended to rekindle that consciousness and ignite the dynamics of self-motivation.
Governor Udom Emmanuel, who said he was happy to be part of the show, promised to create a conducive environment for talents discovered in the Promise Hunt to thrive. He advised winners at the show to do well to stay shining at top level, and those who didn't win to put in more effort to reach the peak in future. The governor, who declared the day a day of joy for all, made every contestant a winner by giving each 100,000 naira, while a lucky contestant who boldly recited the Dakada Creed got blessed with a car. Colonel Edem Efreti reporting.
Governor Udom Emmanuel has charged religious organizations to step up their commitment towards the spiritual and moral upbringing of citizens. The governor gave the charge at the of the Cathedral of the Brotherhood of the Cross and Star at Awaiman, Ona local government area. The cathedral was donated by the chairman of Ona Local Government Council, Bishop Sunday Ufot. The story is presented in our studios.
Represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Sir Itakamba Omoren, Governor Udomi Manuel spoke on the need for religious organizations to key into the Dakada initiative to spur on their members' moral values and attitudes. The governor appreciated the chairman of Ona Local Government Council, Bishop Sunday Ufot, for raising a befitting place of worship for fold members.
Bishop, I thank God for shining His light through you and lighting humanity through evangelism and the propagation of the gospel of Christ. We are proud of you and commend you for this show of love and value for the salvation and spiritual life of your people.
Speaking, the chairman of Ona Local Government Council, Bishop Sunday Ufot, said the cathedral was his modest seed for the growth of the faith in the area. He thanked God for the grace and pledged to do more.
Through your love, in a very small voice, you pass over here, and today the dream of Akobias become manifested in our Lord Jesus.
The Deputy Dean West Africa of the church, Bishop Andrew Wanta, thanked God for the cathedral, noting that it was a divine fulfillment of the desire by founding elders of the organization, which is now being made possible by one of their sons.
Papa, we thank you because we know you are here to bless your children. Thank you, Father, because the entire government of our Bible State is here today for you to bless.
The dedication featured rendition of songs by the church choir.
The wife of Akwa Ibom State Governor and founder Family Empowerment and Youth Reorientation Program, Mrs. Martha Udomi Manuel, yesterday put smiles on the faces of 300 elderly as she gave out cash and gift items to mark the 2015 party with the elders. Setting the tone for the day, Mrs. Martha Udomi Manuel appreciated the elderly for coming out to identify with the government, noting that even in their twilight, they were still important members of the society. Mrs. Emmanuel said she decided to celebrate them because it was not easy to attain the age of 70 and above, promising that she will always endeavor to keep in touch with senior citizens at the grassroots. She also enlightened them on government policies such as the free medical treatment for the aged, urging them to take advantage of the program. Mrs. Emmanuel said the Dakada initiative recently launched by the state government was a call for spiritual and moral rebirth, saying even at age 70 and above they could still support by praying for the government to succeed in its industrialization drive. The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Gloria Det, in her remarks, described the day as historic, saying as part of the social activities of Family Empowerment and Youth Reorientation Program, Mrs. Martha Udomi Manuel decided to host the elderly across the state in order to rekindle hope and put smiles on their faces.
All these men and women, elderly persons from 70 years and above, to show them love, to show them that Akwa Ibom State is a state without discrimination.
In an exhortation, Archbishop Emilia Samuel charged the elderly to always be grateful to God for their lives, saying she was happy that the Akwa Ibom people were fast recognizing the place of elders in the society. She appreciated the governor's wife for the initiative, praying God to reward Mrs. Martha Emmanuel. The event also witnessed a health talk where the elderly were advised on diet, medication and lifestyles suitable for their age groups. Dancing competition for the elderly with special renditions from veteran musicians such as Etentia and Etubum Rex Williams also thrilled the audience. On behalf of the senior citizens, Mrs. Esther Dixon thanked the governor, Mr. Udomi Manuel, for his unprecedented achievements within the first 100 days in office. She also appreciated the governor's wife for bringing them out to be celebrated, praying God to grant Governor Udomi Manuel and wife the grace to lead Akwa Ibom. The member representing Itu State constituency in the House of Assembly, Prince Idong Esrituen, says 500 youths of the constituency will be trained in various vocations in the next 4 years. Prince Idong was speaking Tuesday when he met with the youth from the Ituoma axis of the local government area in his office. While urging the youth to be firm in their commitment to positive causes, the legislator said he has partnered with 10 different organizations for the training of the youth in various skills. He argued that the Ituoma youth cannot remain stuck to fishing by virtue of coming from riverine communities. He said he believes that with cooperation between elected representatives and the people, there will be development in Itu local government area. The chairman of the House Committee on Works and Transport also disclosed his willingness to assist women farmers in Itu with improved seedlings and transportation from this month. Prince Idong also told his guests that arrangements have been concluded with the executive arm of government to link the Itu bridgehead to the national electricity grid.
So the people of Ituoma, the youth of Ituoma, want to assure you that you have in me a brother that is willing and sincerely willing to help. I keep telling you that this era may be the golden era of Itu politics. Who's I get it down while I stood up and said, no, this is not a turn to this a government. People didn't understand. I knew that big at that time maybe it failed because majority of our people wanted power to shift to a Kenyan
The chairman of the Itu chapter of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Mr. Otobong Okwongbong, in his remarks observed that before Prince Idong's tenure, there was a disconnect between the people of Itu and their representatives. Mr. Okwongbong expressed the loyalty and continued support of the youth to the state government and also passed a vote of confidence on the assemblyman. Other speakers during the meeting included Mr. Nefio Hussein, Elder John Andem, Mrs. Grace Bassey, Mrs. Nkoyo Harry, and Mr. Effiong Davis. Exercise books and other educational materials worth thousands of naira have been distributed to 25 schools in a Senodam local government area by the late Andrew Akpani Educational Foundation. The ceremony, which took place at Independence High School, Okana, was graced by teachers, pupils and students of the benefiting schools. Livingstone Daniel filed this report here presented in our studio.
Chairman of late Andrew Akpani Education Foundation, Professor Vincent Nyoyoko, said the foundation has over the years supported students with educational materials including books to enhance learning. Professor Nyoyoko, who is the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Akwa Ibom State University, also noted that the consciousness that the educated class make better citizens informed the foundation's intervention in education. Professor Nyoyoko said that the foundation has, among other things, awarded scholarships to 4 undergraduates and commended the initiator of the foundation, Monsignor Peter Inyangeto, for his foresight.
He started something this day, open the eyes of people to the beauty of education. Open the eyes of parents to the duty of education. And ever since Akwa Ibom State has not been the same, you can see the effect of that free education policy in the nooks and crannies of this state, wherever you go.
Unveiling the customized exercise books before distribution, the Registrar, Federal Polytechnic Ukana, Mr. Chrysanthus Asuka, said that education is a gift that cannot be quantified as it prepares one for lifetime survival. Mr. Asuka, a retired permanent secretary in the State Civil Service, tasked the beneficiaries to make good use of the books. Distributing the exercise books, the founder of the late Andrew Akpan Iyangaito Education Foundation, Monsignor Peter Iyangaito, said his love for children and education prompted him to set up the foundation 4 years ago. Monsignor Iyangaito emphasized that the impact of the free and compulsory education in the state is visible to all, particularly through the large enrollment in schools as well as the marked increase in the number of students seeking admission into various higher institutions in the state. He commended Governor Udom Emmanuel for sustaining the free and compulsory education program, describing it as laudable.
This is an idea that has been developed over the years. First, I started by encouraging, as Professor Nyoko said, encouraging children who were under my care or one of my students, and I'm happy that at the secondary school level, and even when I taught in the seminary, senior seminary, that a lot of them are prominent men today.
Responding on behalf of the benefiting students, a people of Top Faith International Secondary School, Patak, Ms. Lorida Lawrence, thanked the foundation for the gesture.
Thanks a lot for us and for making this occasion a success. I also wish to express my gratitude to the organizers for what they have done towards this occasion and for the gifts they have given to us. I pray may God bless and reward them abundantly.
Okay, we'll take a short break at this point. When we return, more news for you. Stay with us. So good to have you back. The Akwa Ibom Commissioner of Police, Mr. Murtala Mane, has cautioned police officers who are in the habit of harassing newsmen performing their legitimate duties to desist forthwith. According to the police commissioner, the command will not hesitate to take disciplinary action against any officer for unruly behavior and intimidation of journalists for no reason. The commissioner of police gave the warning while intervening in what the command referred to as unfortunate incident between a police officer at Ibisi Sultan and the state correspondent of the Punch newspaper, Mr. Edme Fiong-Ekbema. The Punch correspondent was said to have visited an accident scene to take photographs and obtain further details of the accident before he was accosted by the said police personnel and kept behind bars at the Ibisi Sultan police station. The Commissioner of Police, who spoke through the Public Relations Officer Cordelia Wawe, described the incident as unacceptable, pointing out that the police and the press are partners in the quest for peace and stability in the state. He stressed that the police command under his watch will not tolerate further act of indiscipline from any police officer against newsmen, and described the press as an indispensable organ in a civilized society. The police commissioner emphasized that the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Solomon Arasa, had cautioned policemen in all the commands to be civil in the discharge of their duties to the public, especially the press. The police board stated that with the transformational police system taking place in the country, his command will continue to train and retrain police officers to update them on the requirements of their duties. Mr. Mani expressed the hope that the media will continue to partner the police and work as a team for the maintenance of peace
officers back in the field. We'll continue to speak with our personnel for them to know that the press are just an icon back in Nigeria. They're keeping the press. Again, we expect that the press will partner also with us and become a theme. It's called the team spirit. It's called the synergy. It's called doing things together. They would understand the spirit that the IGP has stated clearly that we must be one with you. We're family.
Narrating his ordeal, the Punch correspondent, Mr. Itumekpima, said he was taking shots of an accident scene when the said policeman came harassing him, even when he had duly identified himself as the Punch newspaper correspondent in the state. He said the policeman collected his phones and put him behind bars at the police station in Ibesigbo for no just cause before the intervention of the police commissioner.
It was just a surprise because I haven't seen that. So when the incident happened, colleagues were even around. I did not know. Before it was released, news had already been circulated everywhere. So I'd already forgiven those officers.
Well, we hope this will work for a better relationship between the police and the press. It was indeed a night of relaxation for half of our Ibom State when they hosted bright night of activity marking the beginning of the 2015-2016 legal year. The colorful event was attended by all categories of judiciary staff, including judges and magistrates. Ima Baseto was there for AKBC Channel 45 News. Her report is presented in the studios.
Gave way to hilarious laughter as different artists performed. The performances ranged from comedy, dances of various kinds, as well as a satire on activities of fake prophets. Addressing the gathering, a consultant with the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital, Mr. Udeme Ekrikbo, who spoke on diabetes, highlighted the predisposing factors, prevention and treatment of the disease. He described as alarming the high number of people living with diabetes in Akwa Ibom State, adding that regular checkup and exercise can prevent diabetes. Speaking, the state's acting chief judge, Justice Stephen Okun, said the evening of fun and laughter was held to enable judiciary staff relax and prepare their minds for the task of justice disposition. He also challenged the judiciary staff to be in good spirits ahead of the new legal year to be able to administer justice to all without fear or favor.
The judiciary belongs to everybody. Sometimes you hear people say, I won't go to court and all that. No, you can't say you won't go to court. Because if you don't go to court on your own, someone will take you there.
The event featured a raffle draw moderated by the Chairman Planning Committee, Justice Theresa Obut, with participants carting home various prizes. Meanwhile, the Judiciary football team same evening defeated the NUJ football team with 2-1 during a thrilling friendly encounter held at the Technical College grounds, Uyo.
The Uyo All-Star Football Club, a new executive committee. It is headed by Comrade Felix Udo, popularly called 1010, as president, while Mr. Gerald Etug is the vice president. Evangelist Emmanuel Lebong and Best Tomo emerged as Secretary General and Welfare Officer. The new executive committee, whose officers emerged as consensus candidates, also has Itadan Public Relations Officer Sam Ewang Jr. Provost, Pastor Emmanuel Brown, team captain, while Joe Johnson is the assistant secretary. The new executive also has ex-international James Itorebe as the team's technical advisor and Friday was head coach. At the induction of the new executive, the President's Comrade Felix Udor pledged to be transparent, carrying everybody along and to justify the confidence reposed in them. He expressed gratitude to Coach Charles Bassey, Elder Nobon Etudo, and the State Director of Sports, Coach Anedi Dixon, for their support and contributions to the team and the development of football in the state. The new executive will hold office for 3 years. 5th anniversary of reunification of East and West Germany. FIFA sponsors urge head of World Football Governing Body Sepp Blatter to step down. Mercy Ekere tells us more in our foreign news segment.
Germany has celebrated the 25th reunification anniversary of East and West Germany. The national ceremony was held in Frankfurt and had in attendance German Chancellor Angela Merkel, President Joachim Gaucker, European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker, and other European dignitaries. On October 3, 1990, the German Democratic Republic and the Federal Republic of Germany ended 45 years of post-World War II division and near-total separation to become a reunited country. In the outskirts of Guatemalan capital, more than 30 people have been reported dead, while several hundreds are missing after a landslide smashed through a village. More than 500 rescue workers, police, and soldiers, as well as desperate residents, were at the scene excavating debris, searching for survivors. Families have reported that they received messages from people who are believed to still be trapped. More than 34 people have so far been pulled out alive from mud and rubble. The area affected by the landslide is about 15 kilometers east of the Guatemalan capital city. FIFA President Sepp Blatter is under pressure to resign. The sponsors of FIFA, including Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Visa, and Budweiser, have urged Mr. Blatter to resign after Swiss authorities said they had opened criminal proceedings against the head of World's Football Governing Body. Mr. Blatter is accused of criminal mismanagement and misappropriation of funds. The head of the World Football Governing Body has denied any wrongdoing and insists he will not be resigning until February elections.
Alright, this is a reminder to you that you can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45Uyo, on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. That's our package for this morning. But before we go, another look at the top stories. The state government is to undertake the construction of a permanent corporate headquarters for the Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation. Governor Udom Emmanuel gave the indication at the grand finale of the Promise Hunt 2015, an annual talent discovery program initiated by the Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation. We also brought you a report that the wife of the Akwa Ibom State Governor, Mrs. Martha Udom Emmanuel, has put smiles on the faces of over 300 elderly people across the state as she handed out cash and gift items to mark the 2015 party with the elderly. That's the news. Thanks for watching. Do have a great week ahead.